If you feel that your life needs some change or light, then today's message from God is for you. Let's begin. Have you ever felt that you were created for something bigger than what you're doing? As though there is a purpose in your life that is yet to fully unfold before you? Every challenge, every victory, and every defeat in your life has brought you to this moment. You may have forgotten, but once you were more in tune with your emotions. Back then, you could hear the message from the Creator. You could understand it. However, over time, the busyness of life, challenges, or the noise around you may have pulled you away from that deep connection. Today, in this very moment, the universe is calling you. All the questions and doubts in your life have led you to this point. This is no coincidence. The feelings you're experiencing right now, the deep yearning within you, these are signs that your life is about to take a new direction. You may not understand it fully yet, but trust that this will help you go deeper. Are you ready to receive this message? Write in the comments below, "I am receiving." Today is no ordinary day. It's that moment when the Creator of the universe wants to speak directly to you. Wherever you are, whatever you are doing, it's no coincidence that you're hearing this message now. Have you ever wondered why you started missing the little signs of life? Once upon a time, you could feel the Creator's call, the whispers of angels, and the teachings of Jesus more clearly. But the busyness of life, the burden of problems, or the noise around you may have pulled you away from that deep connection. Today, that silent call has begun to sound clearly again. Your inner soul is telling you, listen, this is for you. In this moment, the universe wants to tell you something that could transform your life. This message is for you alone. It's a call to deepen your connection with the Creator. Are you ready to accept this call? Write below, "I am listening," and open your heart to receive this message. Has your life ever made you feel like you're stuck? As though deep inside, you feel you were made for something greater, but you can't seem to find the courage or direction to step towards that greatness? Maybe your inner soul has been whispering for a long time, you can be more. But the reality, habits, or webs of relationships seem to keep pulling you back. Today's message is, without change, there can be no real progress. This is the time when you need to reevaluate your own life. Are you really living a life that aligns with your potential? Have you become the person that God or the universe intended you to be? Over time, many habits, relationships, and thought patterns develop. Some of these help us, but eventually, they can become obstacles. In order to move forward, you must let go of those old barriers. Today, two paths lie before you. Trying to stay safe by holding on to old habits, thoughts, and relationships, which will keep you stuck. Moving forward with courage and accepting the change that will align you with your highest potential. The universe is asking you now, are you ready to let go of everything that no longer serves you? Change is never easy. It can be painful. You may have to leave behind the comfort of familiar places and step toward an uncertain future. But remember, every sacrifice, every risk will bring a new light into your life. When you let go of the old, something new will find you. When an old door closes, a bigger one opens. This change is not just external. It begins within, deep inside your soul. By letting go of old relationships, habits, and thought patterns, you will live a freer, more vibrant life. Today, you have the opportunity to make the sacrifice that will make your future brighter. Are you ready to show that courage? Life's change is often like raising the anchor of a ship. As long as the ship holds the anchor, it stays safe in port. But is the ship meant to stay in the port? Never. The ship was made for journeys across the unknown seas. Similarly, if our lives are anchored in old habits, thoughts, and relationships, we can never fulfill our divine purpose. Let's consider an example. Imagine a bird is caged. Inside the cage, it has food, water, and a comfortable environment. Though there's an opportunity to fly outside, the bird is afraid because the cage feels like its safe place. But does that bird know that its wings are not meant to fly only inside the cage? Its wings are made to soar in the sky, where it will experience true freedom. Similarly, we sometimes get trapped in our habits, fears, and comfort zones. We think, I'm fine here. But the reality is, God created us for something greater. Outside our cage, there is a sky where our dreams and the fullness of creation are waiting. Consider another example, a seed. For that seed deep in the soil, darkness, pressure, and the cold environment feel comforting. But if the seed never wants to break free from the darkness, it will never become a tree. To become a tree, it must break through the darkness and reach the light. Our life changes are like that. At first, they feel uncomfortable. We have to break old beliefs and habits. But it's through that breaking that we reach our full potential. So today, the question is, are you ready to fly outside the cage? Are you ready to grow like the seed, breaking through to become something bigger? Right below, I'm ready to break my cage. This will be your first step towards flying in the sky of your life. At every stage of life, we all feel, at least once, like we are alone, lost, and struggling for direction. The restlessness of our mind, the problems of life, and the feeling of inadequacy often push us into a dark pit. It's at this time that a special guide or figure becomes the light in our life. Imagine you are lost in a deep and impenetrable jungle. Around you, there are only dense trees, spider webs, and the cold wind. There are thorns beneath your feet, and you can't see how much path lies ahead. Fear is taking over your mind. Just then, an experienced guide comes and says, "Don't be afraid. I know the way. Hold my hand and follow me." Hearing these words, you don't give up. Courage returns to your heart. The role of such a guide is extremely important in our spiritual and personal lives. They show us the path we may not have been able to find on our own. This points to an important spiritual truth. In the Bible, King David said, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters." This is not just a prayer, it is the ultimate expression of trust in a guide. When you are lost, a guide not only shows you the way, but also awakens your faith and courage, the light of a lighthouse. The role of a guide is much like that of a lighthouse. Imagine you are drifting in a stormy sea. Your ship is swaying amidst large waves, and there is no visible shore ahead. Just then, the light of a lighthouse catches your attention. This lighthouse reassures you that there is a way to the shore. But remember, the lighthouse only provides direction. It is your responsibility to steer the ship. The guide will show you how to go, but the courage and effort to follow that path is yours alone. In the same way, there is always someone in our lives, a loved one, a mentor, or even God Himself. This special figure or guide not only solves our problems, but also gives us the strength and courage to continue on our journey. Recognizing a trustworthy guide. The presence of a guide is evident in their actions. They never force you, but rather instill self-confidence and trust in you. They may not be able to directly solve your problems, but they teach you how to face those challenges. A powerful example from the Bible is Moses. When God asked him to lead the Israelites, Moses was hesitant, but God reassured him that he was not alone. It was through God's guidance that Moses was able to fulfill his mission. In our everyday lives, God or angels may not appear directly, but they work through various characters in our lives. These could be your parents, teachers, friends, or someone who stands by you at the very moment when you feel most in need. Finding your own guide. A guide may have been present at every moment of your life. You may not have realized their importance yet. But today, pause and reflect. At what moments in life has someone shown you the way? Who was there by your side when you were completely broken? Remember, the presence of this guide is a form of God's blessing. However, you must be prepared. A guide can only help when you're ready to accept help. Trust them. Following a guide does not mean you are weak. It means you are prepared for your spiritual and mental growth. If you feel that you need a guide in your life right now, express your faith. Comment below, "I am ready to receive the guidance of my guide." This declaration will not only awaken your faith, but also send a message of surrender to the universe. Life's questions and spiritual response. At every stage of life, we face moments that give rise to deep questions within our hearts. These questions are not just food for thought, but play a big role in determining the direction of our lives. However, the answers to these questions are only found when we respond and move forward with a commitment. Did you know that your response is not just an expression of your thoughts? It is the beginning of a spiritual journey. If you do not express your beliefs, thoughts, and commitments, the power within your heart will never fully be released. The Bible mentions, if you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you can move mountains. Therefore, your response in this moment is very important. Your decision at this moment may illuminate your future in a new light. Ask yourself, am I searching for a new direction in life? Am I ready to make the commitment that will move my spiritual journey forward? Am I ready to start this journey of change today? If your answer is yes, then the time to respond is now. Commitment. Your commitment is a vow to your soul. This vow will not only change you, it will also affect the world around you. A true believer never considers themselves small. They know that their commitment sends a powerful message to the universe. There is a notable event in the Bible. When Jesus called his disciples, they left everything behind and walked in his path. This was not just a change in their lives, but a blessing for all of humanity. So, how will you make your commitment? Commit to yourself. Promise that from today, you will dedicate time to your spiritual growth. Place your trust. Believe that God will show you the way and give you strength in every challenge. Reflect in action. Your commitment should reflect not just in thought, but in your daily actions. A short prayer. Lord, I make a commitment today. I will walk in your path and follow your guidance. No matter how hard my journey may be, I know you are with me. Give me strength and courage. Amen. If you are ready to make this commitment, comment below. I am ready to find a new direction for my life and make my commitment. This response and commitment can be your first step toward a new life. This step will not only change you, it will serve as an example for those around you. Start today. Special prayer. Start bringing spiritual power into your life with a prayer. Lord, I know you are always with me, but in this difficult time, I especially seek your presence. Calm my heart, remove my pain, and guide me. Illuminate the path beneath my feet and keep me connected to you. I make a lifelong commitment to walk your path. Amen. If you feel you need spiritual support today, comment below. Lord, give me strength. In the final section of today's message, we saw how self-reflection, spiritual calling, the need for change, and God's blessings illuminate the path of our lives. At every moment of life, we are given two important things: God's presence and our own determination. The message you received today is not just an ordinary message. It is God's message today, which has the power to bring a new perspective into your life. When you follow God's path, He gives you the right direction, which will give you the strength to overcome all obstacles and challenges in your life. God's message now will bring blessings to your life if you receive it. This is not just a video, it is a spiritual connection with Jesus. If you believe that this message is important for you, comment below, "I receive God's message," and share this video. Your shared message may bring change in someone else's life too. God's blessings today remain with you always. If you feel that this message has given you new strength, courage, and peace, please like, comment with your feelings, and share it with your friends. May your journey be full of God's blessings. May God protect you and illuminate your life. You are never alone. God's path will guide you in the right direction. Thank you